What's going on YouTube? Today we got NBA legends react to LeBron James calling himself the GOAT. Number two, if you see number one, you know we don't agree with this, bro. You don't do this no more, man. Please. Got us looking crazy out here, man.
Hey, this is Sean Kemp.
Let the people say it, my brother. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. When we feel like you got there, we go, you know.
Welcome back to the Basketball Time Machine. I'm your host, Sean David. Thanks for tuning in. Let's talk some old school NBA. Today's episode is going to be the second part of a video which was called NBA
Bro, got them sponsors. Every trip. I heard.
All right, now if you haven't seen my first
Bro,
video,
got
let
the
me quickly
sponsors
fill you
every
in what
time.
exactly happened. It happened when LeBron James won a championship with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then he said that he felt that he was now officially the greatest of all time.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time. That's what I felt.
Bron, please,
super
please.
ecstatic to win one for Cleveland because of the 52.
Son right there, he knew he was. Bron tripped out saying this, like, that's your body, bro.
All for 52
Chill.
years, everything in sports is going on in Cleveland. And then after I stopped, I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all
Nah,
time.
that's cringe, bro.
And actually, NBA legends had
Damn.
to comment on that, which is what we're going to take a look at right now. And the first one is going to be Jalen Rose.
Jalen Rose, we've
Bro,
been
this
away on
crazy.
break for a little bit. I've been dying to hear what you think about this. LeBron James claiming that he is the greatest of all time because he brought Cleveland a championship over the Warriors. What do you think about LeBron saying this?
It's a phenomenal feat what the Cleveland Cavaliers were able to accomplish that season in beating a 73-win Golden State Warriors
You
team.
saying, no,
If that
that's
doesn't
not.
happen, probably changes the trajectory of what we see that has taken place over the last 2 years, because I don't think Kevin Durant joins that team. And so, however, your single greatest achievement doesn't make you the greatest basketball player of all time. Now, what ends up happening
fact.
is, and
It's a
LeBron
fact.
James is genius at doing this, he's creating a narrative of recency bias. It's almost like if you ask millennials
definitely
right
is.
now, who's the greatest rap group of all time? You're gonna
Migos.
get a lot of people saying the Migos, because they haven't been necessarily exposed to Wu-Tang Clan, Outkast, NWA, Tribe Called Quest. So LeBron James understands when he says this, it allows the fans to quietly leapfrog him over Tim Duncan and Kobe. I gave him credit for passing Larry Bird as the greatest small forward of all time when that feat happened, which was a tall task for me. But my Mount Rushmore is pretty much still intact. MJ, 6 championships, 6 finals MVPs. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 6 championships, 6 MVPs, the NBA's all-time leading scorer. Bill Russell, 11 championships in 13 years. And Magic Johnson, 5 championships. That's my Mount Rushmore. To me, LeBron's individual achievements have not eclipsed what those gentlemen have accomplished.
So, I know people was waiting for me to weigh on this. I'll give you, you are one of the greatest players ever. But if you ever, in your motherfucking life, disrespect Michael Jordan again, you see what's happening right now? This movement is not gonna stop. I don't know what happened when you went to LA. I think when you went to LA, they really told you, oh, you've arrived, King. Because this is what happened when people fly into LA. Everybody, all basketball players who play in other cities. See, when you play in Minnesota and you go to LA, it's like you going to Disneyland.
Well, last week, LeBron called himself the GOAT because his Cavs came back to beat the Warriors in the 2016 finals. Needless to say, that caused a lot of chatter. The internet then discovered a 2009 interview where Michael Jordan said he is not the greatest player ever since he didn't play against the other all-time greats. Yesterday, Danny Ainge made a very provocative
that's a
comparison
GOAT answer.
for LeBron. Let's hear it.
His career's not over. I'd just like to, why he's saying that, I don't know. Maybe he thinks that sells. Maybe he's taking the Donald Trump approach and trying to sell himself. I don't know, but time will tell. I think
That's
history-
crazy. The Donald Trump
I don't even know
approach.
if anybody knows who the greatest of all time is because the years are so different.
Now, the next player that we're going
Nah,
to take a
for
look
real.
at is Scottie Pippen.
That's
And with
a
Scottie,
fact.
it's kind of a mixed bag. Let me explain. Like, there are a couple of interviews where Scottie actually said that he believed that LeBron James was better than Michael. Really. Check it out on Google or YouTube. It really exists. But over the years, he changed his mind again, saying that Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. But let's hear what he had to say in this interview.
Wow.
Follow that, Scottie Pippen.
That's a tough one to follow. I mean, that's Danny Ainge's opinion, and we all have our opinion. But my problem is more so with LeBron is if you are the greatest player, if people are saying you are the greatest player, or if people are saying Michael Jordan is the greatest player, why do you need to say it?
Right.
Michael Jordan has never, ever said he's the greatest player to ever play the game. Why? He's respected all the other players before him. So for LeBron
So
to say
respecting,
that, he's
that's a
sort of
fact.
pulling himself out of it because you can't say you're the greatest player. You have to allow your peers in the world to say that.
So the context of when he said it, just because, if we're having this discussion, he was sitting around with his friends, and he was saying that when he won that 2016 title, he said his first thought was Cleveland, wow, we've done this first time in 52 years. And he said, my second thought as I was, running around the court being crazy was, wow, I did it. This is what makes
That's
me the
different
greatest
though.
player
That's
of all
different
time.
though. I ain't gonna
You
lie.
can disagree with him. I get it. And you can disagree with him saying that. And by the way, that conversation
That one's gonna
was for a
age very
documentary
well.
that was supposed to appear on ESPN Plus.
It's gonna age very well. You know what I'm
It's not
saying?
like
My
they
son
caught him
Bron
in
beat the
Well,
best
your
records
point.
team
He
I
should
think
maybe
it's
put
NBA
on
pretty
history.
great that a guy won 3
Came
titles,
back from
layoff
3-1.
for 2 years, came back and won 3 more. That is considered greatness to me.
Yeah.
That's great.
Winning
That's great. That's
ultimately-
great, Scotty. But you a hypocrite though. You a hypocrite. You was just talking about Brown is better than Jordan and all that. So now you feel what I'm saying? I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want, man. I don't know what you want, Scotty.
Decides who the greatest
You know what
players
I'm saying?
are.
You played with Mike. You knew what he did. You was out there with him. How you you know what I'm saying? And now you switching up.
Never come out and said, I'm the GOAT. That's something up to like the fans, the writers, and former players. So when they come out with these ESPN rankings and all these other rankings, let that be the judge, I think. But the self-proclaiming, he's definitely up there. He's definitely top 5 in my book. But I think when you look at the accolades, the championships, Jordan, Magic, Kareem, they're all up.
Now, the last part that we're going to take a look at involves Kobe Bryant, and he was asked who he felt was the greatest of all time. And to me personally, he had the most healthiest way how you can approach this. Let's have a look.
I've been dying to ask you this forever. So for 30 years, my job has been arguing, this guy's better than that guy, this guy's better than that guy, right? Like it's Kobe and it's Michael, and it's Michael and it's LeBron, and it's Magic and it's Larry, and it's Russell and it's Chamberlain.
The great debates.
All those debates.
Yeah.
As one of the people in those, as one of the people who's on the other side of that, how important is that to you, the way people perceive you relative to Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
Larry Bird, LeBron James?
It's hard for people to believe, but I really don't care. I've moved on. So like you have a career, you do the best you can. The 20 years I was very fortunate to play, and then you shelf it. You're done. You move on to the next thing. So now I'm focused on these next 20 years, and so those debates are entertaining. I'm sure. It's fun for people to
W
engage.
Kobe, man. Always, you know what I'm saying? Thinking ahead, chess, not checkers, man. But if you enjoyed this reaction, man, my fault, I was a little out of tune at the end of the video. But if you enjoyed, make sure you click on the last reaction on your screen right now. Turn on post notifications, links in the description, man. And I'm out of here.